All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving our honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. This is the brother Yeshaya, part of Men of Valor, South Carolina, and this lesson right here is going to be about time. This clip that's on the screen right now. Now, this is for educational purposes. This is this is just for educational purposes, So yeah, this clip right here is of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan season 3. And I happened to stumble upon it last night, and it is very interesting. Now, I'm not gonna say too much before I play the clip, but basically, man, hey, they know what's going on, man. They know what's going on, and they put it out in form of, entertainment to kind of dumb you down, to kind of, get you acclimated to it subconsciously. So when it does happen, it's not a surprise, and they won't get too much resistance from it. So this is a crafty devil, man. But anyway, this Tom Clancy Jack Ryan season 3. This clip, like I said, is for educational purposes only, and I'm gonna play it and then get into some scriptures.
Jack, I can only imagine what's going on in your head right now. Every day you're on the run, you're digging a hole that you may not be able to get out of.
I'm not running from the CIA. Then why are they chasing you?
A small group of hardline Russians formed a plan to preserve the USSR. Use a new.
See, there you go. It says, Russia, reserved a plan to, had a plan to reserve the USSR, and that's that's biblical prophecy, man. When you go to the book of Ezekiel 38, okay, and then there you go, there you see a missile right there,
Clear strike to create chaos. The weapon has been built and it is on the move.
The U.S. can't go anywhere near this. We don't have any wiggle room to make mistakes. If you don't come in, you will be recalled.
I come in now, a whole lot of people are gonna die. You're about to cross a line, and there may be no going back.
Because I'm trying to do the right thing.
It was never just about a nuke. This is about starting a world war.
Jesus.
You heard it? It said it isn't just about a nuke, but it's about starting a world war, man. There you go.
Someone was playing a very dangerous game. We have to eliminate Jack Ryan.
Jack, every second matters.
What are you doing?
Improvising.
Jack, if you've got a plan, the time is now.
Go, go!
I want Jack Ryan in custody immediately.
So what are the odds this is a one-way trip?
80, 90%.
It's my last fight won't be in coach.
And there you go. Now, that clip was basically saying that Russia, okay, has a plan to reserve the USSR, okay, and that they plan on shooting nuclear missiles, okay, to start a world's war. Now that's exactly what's gonna happen. It might not happen, that in that order, because Russia might not be the first one to shoot off a nuke, but for sure, like the scriptures speak of, Russia is going to be the end of, Babylon the Great. Okay, like the scriptures say, had the feet of a bear. Now, when the scriptures talk about the statues, like the statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw that Daniel showed him, the feet is the latter part. So when it started with the golden head, which was Babylon, the original Babylon, not Babylon the Great America, but then when you skip down, it's the feet were part iron and part miry clay. Okay, and the iron was the Roman Empire. Okay, which the Roman Empire has been resurrected. The eighth beast, okay, the deadly head wound has been resurrected through the U.S. Okay, Babylon the Great. Okay, and that miry clay represents, debt. So hey, this is hey man, prophecy is undefeated, like a lesson I did last night. So to start off, I'm gonna start off with the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. All right, and it reads, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him." Now, Meshech and Tubal were sons, but Gog and Magog is that landmass known as Russia, Slovakia. So Gog and Magog, when it talks to the land of Magog and Gog, that is speaking of Russia, okay? The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So the Japhetic lands, if I'm not mistaken, Meshech and Tubal were the sons of Japhet, okay? And that landmass of Russia and the Baltics and everything like that basically is the land that Japhet was given to by the Lord. So here we go. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So there you go. Now, this prophecy, they spoke about this prophecy in that clip. It said basically there's a conspiracy theory, which that word doesn't even make sense, but basically Russia, the whole plot of this that series is that Russia, all right, is somehow conspiring, which the word conspire means with wind. Okay, so two or more people, coming together, for a common goal. Okay, to bring back the USSR, or basically they never did away with the USSR, and even though we don't know that it exists, it's in the makings, or it exists right now. It hasn't been done away with. Okay, just because some of the countries, okay, fell away from them, i.e. Ukraine, i.e. Crimea, which they annexed Crimea like 4 years ago. Okay, so hey, and Ukraine is gonna ultimately side with Russia, when it's all said and done. But it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and that's what the Lord is gonna do. He's gonna turn Russia into that old Mother Russia USSR state. Okay, and as from history, hey, the USSR gave the U.S. hell, back in World War II, man, and the Cold Wars and stuff like that. Okay, so there you go. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen. All right, and that represents warfare. Okay, horses and horsemen. Horses represent power. Okay, and the army, that's self-explanatory. An army. Okay, horses and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So this is talking about warfare. The modern day sword is the gun. All right, bucklers and shields, you got the nuclear defense systems, you got missile defense systems, you got all type of things, man. Okay, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. All right, and Persia represents Iran. Ethiopia and Libya is self-explanatory because these countries still call themselves that, African. Okay, the northern Africans, like that's close to Persia. Close to Russia. All right, so hey, they're gonna come back and they're gonna group and click up with Russia, as you know, in the through the spirit, the lesson that I did last night. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. And if I'm not mistaken, Gomer and Togomar is Turkey. Is no, Gomer is Turkey. Okay, so there you go. Hey man, this is prophecy, man. You know, and they put it in the shows for entertainment. Like I said, to dumb you down is for your subconscious to, basically get acclimated to it. So when it does happen, it won't be such a shock, and they'll get less resistance, man. All right, this man uses witchcraft. All right, evil Esau uses witchcraft, okay, and sorcery and sleight of hand. He can't be straight up. And witchcraft and sorcery, like I said the other day, isn't just putting a lizard tail and cat whiskers in a cauldron, you know what I'm saying, and adding shit to it and making a goddamn, a witch's brew or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It can be, shit like this. I forgot something programming, predictive programming. Dang, what's it called? When they basically hypnotize you through, like lights and colors and stuff like that. I forgot. It leaves my mind right now. But yeah, they do that. And that's why people, when they sit in front of the TV for 30 minutes to an hour, okay, and more, some people more than that, they get hypnotized and they go to sleep. Basically, it dumbs you down and push you down to such a low vibration that you're out of it, man. But not to ramble. Hey, Revelation 11 and 13, in the same hour was there a great earthquake. And how's that earthquake gonna come? Through thermonuclear missile fire, man. And the 10th part of the city fell, and that 10th part of the city represents America, because America is split up into, or America, Babylon the Great is split up into 10 FEMA regions, or 10 FEMA zones. Okay, and the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. All right, so there you go. Hey, and the slain of men was 7,000, 7 being a number of completion, man. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. And I love that scripture because it's going to, I like to think of it and vision it. It's so crazy that the remnant is going to be, right before they get beamed up, and even after they get beamed up, looking down from them chariots, okay, that sea of glass, looking down from the atmosphere, looking down through the atmosphere, through the so-called ozone layer and whatnot, and seeing the thermonuclear destruction, and still within spiritual bodies, and already knowing that you've been saved, the destruction is going to be so catastrophic that even in spiritual bodies and already knowing that you've been saved, those men are still going to be affrighted. The remnant still going to be affrighted, man. And that's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua is to be feared, man. 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Now, when the Revelation goes back and forth through the different woes, it's talking about the woe means destruction, or woe means war. So the third woe cometh quickly. The visions that John saw on the island of Patmos was, he was in the hologram, basically the Lord's metaverse, and he was in the midst of World War I and World War II. That's why he described the fighter planes, the dog fighters, the dog fighters, and the destruction that he saw that World War I and World War II caused. But then World War III is gonna be the end all be all, man. Okay, so and that's what that Tom Clancey thing is talking about, man. Now, how you know that this is going to be thermonuclear missile fire and not, a regular war? Here you go. Isaiah 95, for every battle of the war is with confused noise and garments rolling blood. So the old conventional war was, with shield and, just imagine, the swords clashing against each other, that sound that makes. You got certain men that were, stabbed and had their arms cut off and bleeding to death, their loins or their intestines and stuff hanging out and screaming and stuff like that. That's confused noise, man. All right, arrows shot, war cries and everything like that. That was the old conventional war, but this shall be burning with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, and that's talking about those thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, and just a tidbit, all of those thermonuclear missiles, the quadrants or the different parts of the missile, the propulsion system requires fuel. So, just just throw that out there, man. Revelation chapter chapter 13. Here it is. Now, this is what I was speaking about. Now, when you look at certain visions that the prophets had, and including a statue. All right, the statue goes in order. The head represents the kingdom that was first, or the first that was before, and then the feet represents the latter end of a thing. So here you go. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. All right, and that's talking about a native of the EU, you know what I'm saying? And and the beast which I saw like unto a leopard, okay, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and seat and great authority. So, and I'm gonna focus on the feet of a bear, okay, because their feet, and Russia is known as the bear in the Bible, man. Okay, that's a nickname for Russia. So, hey, the latter end of this whole system, or this whole kingdom, which includes the whole world, all the kingdoms of the world, is going to be, for the most part, through Russia. And, with Russia, that includes their allies. Okay, and one of their allies, like I went through yesterday, is Iran, and Turkey, which were considered, somewhat smaller states and smaller, and when I mean state, I mean countries. That's basically the same thing. All right, but anyway, the smaller countries, all right, wouldn't dare lift their voice up into Babylon the Great. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, they are now, man. Okay, and this is great right here, man. I'm gonna skip down to the Here it is. Jeremiah 50:22. A sound of battles in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So there you go. And that's how people are going to react, because they don't see America, Babylon the Great, being defeated, because they were once the superpower of the whole earth. Okay, now you got a race, so-called race for the superpower of the earth. All right, and it's gonna be accomplished by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's kingdom, man. Okay, that's gonna be the whole superpower of the earth, the universe, and everything. Okay, so he's fighting in vain, losing battle, trying to take over the earth when it's already Yahushua's, man. Okay, the victory's already happened. We just waiting for it to manifest over here in this realm. Isaiah 34. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all them, are all of their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down. All the leaf falleth off, all as the leaf falleth off of the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So, Isaiah, through the Spirit, was seeing this thermonuclear missile fire destruction. And he was scared and nervous, man. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Adumia and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Let's talk about Esau, Edom. Adumia is a code name, another code name for America, or Babylon the Great. Okay, Adumia, Assyria, Bozrah. You know what I'm saying? Nineveh. Okay, that's talking about America, man. Code names for America. Let's see. I'm gonna skip down. Yeah, and it talks about the thermonuclear missile fire, man. You know what I'm saying? And how Babylon is going to be uninhabited. Now, I'm going to end it with Revelation 9, and I'm going to read a little bit of this right here. I'm going to read quite a bit of Revelation. And the fifth angel sounded, Revelation 9, and the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Okay, it represents Esau, Edom coming out of them caves, coming and, once they were built up, building armies, taking over, and ultimately starting World War I, World War II, and ultimately it's going to be a World War III. They came out of smoke, locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. It was commanded to them not that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads. So the elect is going to be good, okay? And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. Okay, so this going into World War I, basically when these guys were getting shot and getting maimed and stuff like that. There wasn't really the health care that we have now available. So you had basically the only medicines that were available were alcohol, man, whiskey. They'll give them a shot and tell them to bite down on something while they amputate their limbs or do this or do that. Okay, but the elect is always going to be good. The elect, any family members of the elect, like your great grandfather or whoever fought in World War One, survived, because if not, you wouldn't have been you wouldn't have came about. Okay, so the Lord preserved the family members of the elect, just so the elect can be born and to be living right now and to ultimately be saved, man. And y'all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna skip down to 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto, as I'm gonna read 6. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. That's right. Like them people wanted to die so bad. Remember the Forrest Gump? It was like Bubba Gump. I mean not Bubba. What's his name? Lieutenant Dan wanted to die, man. He had legs amputated, man. But death fleed from, just like it fleed from them guys that wanted to die from getting shot from either artillery, or getting blown up by grenades, and your leg got blown off, but you're still alive and you just feeling all that pain. Woo. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and this is segueing. And on their heads were as it was crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And that's talking about the those fighter planes, man, the dog fighters. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was the sound of chariots and of many horses running about. Those propellers, made loud noises. All right. And they had tails like to scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and the power was to hurt men 5 months. Those guns that they put on the back. Okay. Now, we are segueing. Okay, that's why you got to have the Ruach HaKodesh to read this book, because you can't read it just like a conventional storybook. You got to read it and know when the spirit is segueing or transitioning from one time period to another. Okay, and they had a king over them, which it is the angel of the bottomless pit, which in Hebrew name is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue his name is Apollyon. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more after. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, saying to the 6th angel that had the trumpet, let the 4 angels which are bound in the loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men. And that 3rd part of men represents Esau, Edom, man. Okay, you have 3 classifications of men. You have the son of God, or the sons of God, which represents the Israelites. You have the sons of men, which represent the heathen nations. And you have the sons of the wicked, which represent Esau, Edom. So that's the 1, 2, 3. And it's talking about the third, which is talking about Esau, Edom. Okay. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And when you break that down, that's 200 million. Okay. And it's going to be 200 million nuclear warheads, man. It might not be, exactly 200 million missiles per se, but each missile has multiple warheads. Okay. And, and Esau ain't going to tell you the exact number of the warheads, okay, that they have in each nuclear missile, but I guarantee you that it's gonna equal up to 200 million, because it's in the prophecy, it's in the book, okay. And thus I say the horses in the vision, and it's talking about the thermonuclear missiles now, okay. Before it was talking about the fighter jets, but then now, it's going into the nomenclature of a thermonuclear missile, and them that set on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. Okay, so this is the same technology that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua used when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and the breastplate of fire represents the actual missile itself being on fire, because when it re-enters the atmosphere, it's going to be going at such an incredible speed that it's going to be set on fire. Anything that goes outside of the atmosphere and re-enters it, is on fire. And this is what John the Revelator saw, and he didn't know, because there wasn't no thermonuclear missiles back then, but we know now, okay? And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. So these are talking about the warheads, and then, these are talking about the warheads, man. All right? And, when you look at a lion's head and a lion's mouth, lion's teeth is their power, okay? That's how they kill. They kill either, and with their paws too, but they're more overly with their mouths. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. So like I said, that's the warhead, that's the thermonuclear missiles warheads that do the hurt. Okay. And this is the same technology that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua used in Sodom and Gomorrah, thousands of years ago. And if you don't believe that, then that's on you, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is outside the realms of time. He doesn't need progression to, with technology, so to say, a progression of weapons. He already has the top everything in the heavens, man. Okay, it just hasn't been revealed, or it has been revealed in certain cases in this time, and moreoverly revealed to these Temanites, the Germans, and which are the wisest of the Edomites, and these other nuclear scientists, to create a thermonuclear missile fire that's hotter than a conventional fire, to do the Lord's work, to fulfill his indignation, his righteous anger, man. For in their power, Slakia. Yeah, verse 19, for their power is in their mouth and in their tails. Okay, so this is talking about the nuclear warheads, which is the mouth, okay, and their tails, which is the propulsion system, okay, which guides them. And for the tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So there you go. Those propellers, and those like when you see a rocket, those fins, so to say, and how they used to maneuver the missile in and out the atmosphere and go this way, go that way. That's what it means, man. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works in their hands, that they should not worship devils and the idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders or their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. So, hey, if you don't get destroyed by these thermonuclear missiles, man, you're going to get destroyed. The Lord is going to get you, okay? No matter what. So, there we go, man. Lord willing, that was edifying. Giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or HaHaKwadash. Okay, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. Until next time, shalom.